Okay.
Hi, Alicia.
Hello. How is everyone?
Good.
Good.
Nice to see everybody. Who's that?
That's Frank.
Nice.
Frank sounding more youthful than ever.
Yeah, exactly. So, howdy, everybody.
Hi,
Hey,
Frank.
Frank.
Crazy times, huh?
For sure.
Crazy times.
Yeah, I thought the coronavirus was a problem. We just go problem to problem.
I know. I know.
Crazy.
I know. It was so hot yesterday. I wanted to ride
Oh,
my
yeah.
bike like last night.
Yeah,
And I thought, oh, I
I
have to be
know.
home by 8:30. Like it's not, it's just starting to cool off and it's starting to, anyway.
I didn't want my
But I think the town handled it very nicely. I like that Chief McCulley sent out an email saying, look,
Yes,
we have nothing to worry about,
that
blah,
was
blah,
good.
blah.
Yeah, that was good.
I think that was a really good first step to make. And then the county came in and said 2 days. So I really like that approach.
Yeah, that was very nice. Yeah, I wouldn't want my first arrest to be that I was in violation of a police order.
Let's see. Frank, can you hear us?
I can. I'm right here.
Okay, do you want to start the meeting?
Sure. Let's start the meeting. I haven't seen it. I don't have an agenda in front of me. I'm sorry. So you're going
That's
to
fine. I
have to-
can also I can share the agenda.
Yes, please.
Let me share.
Yeah, please, because I don't have it either.
Maybe just put the webpage in the chat. Oh, that works too.
Yeah, I have all the pages, so I'll just share them.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I will take roll. Bukowski?
I'm here, thank you.
Okay. K, or how do I say it? Kai or K?
Key.
Key. Okay, I got it.
I'm here.
Koss?
Here.
Catherine Koss? Okay.
I'm here.
Merrill?
Here.
Robertson? Roser?
Here,
And Timpson's not here. And Rick, I don't see Rick DeGolia, right? Rick, are you here?
There's someone dialed in 157142. I don't know. Is that
Yeah, that's not Mayor DeGolia.
Okay.
okay? Oh, there's Rick.
There we go.
Hi,
There
Rick.
he is.
I'm just taking roll call. I'm just taking roll call.
Great.
So
Just
now
a-
you're here. So Frank, if you want to go ahead and just do the meeting, I screen shared the agenda.
Well, yeah, I'm not able to read the agenda
Okay.
because I'm driving.
Okay,
So
no
you can read
problem.
it and let me know what I'm supposed to do.
So now we'll open it for public comments. So are there any public comments?
nobody hacked in.
I don't see anybody, the
There's no
person
one.
who's calling in is muted, so, okay. And then there's no minutes. The minutes from February will be at the next meeting. And there's no presentations.
It's a good meeting.
So Well, we figured, and besides wait another week for another month for the park walkthrough, which was supposed to be done a few months ago, is that if we wanted to go through the list items, and you can let me know if there's anything that you've seen in the park that's a landscape issue, then we can talk about it. So I'll pull up the landscape maintenance and improvement list. So just
Can
go
we-
through if
can we
anybody
mute
has
everybody?
anything for the entry. I think
Sally,
so.
can we mute everybody but you? Because I hear all these echoes.
Yeah, let me see.
I can take care of that for you, Sally.
Okay, thank you. So does anybody have anything about with the entry gate?
Actually, I have a question about the improvements that will be coming through the Santa Clara grant, because I thought like there should be kind of a sidewalk entranceway for the exit, and I thought the park could use that. But since my son's right here, since the
Hi.
Santa Clara, I saw the council is getting some money from the Santa Clara County. And I don't know if we want to talk about those improvements too that are coming, but you can talk about later maybe. But I think, yeah, sidewalks along the entryways from Watkins are a great idea, especially, since it's going to be partially funded from a grant.
Yeah, I have seen the plan. I think there will be some type of pathway for the exit, because they wanted to improve that. But the whole front area will be redone.
Yeah, I can address it.
Okay.
You want to address it now?
Yeah, we can address it now.
Okay, so we as Park and Rec approved the set of plans that were provided for what was called the circulation design, which included the entry and the whole area that is the grass field where the fountain was, and the asphalt sort of fire lane that goes around that grass field. That plan was a detailed plan that removes all of that asphalt, puts in, let's just say, pavers at the entry and where the transition occurs from the path to the main house, and does a series of things. The architects spent tens of thousands of dollars doing that for us, and it was a good plan. We decided to implement it, but it got delayed because of the water treatment facility being proposed for the park. And then once it was no longer an issue, town staff moved into the temporary facilities in the park, and we decided the circulation project shouldn't be done until after staff moves out of the temporary facilities, and it will involve redoing the entrance, that whole grass field, that whole asphalt area around the grass field, and the entire parking lot that the staff are currently in. It had originally included some work on the exit, but I think that was eliminated. I'm not exactly sure what the final result was with respect to that. That was a possibility. Two other items that were possibilities that were associated with it was redoing the picnic area, which was ultimately left out of that proposal, and doing the internal pathway that was all asphalt and now partly asphalt and partly crushed granite in the front that connects the bridge to the entry. The town applied for a grant with Santa Clara County with money coming from Stanford as part of a settlement with Stanford, and we were granted $300,000. So we have $300,000 that goes toward that circulation project, and it's not entirely clear whether the exit is included or not. And what isn't definitely included is a curb defined in the entry. So it creates a walking area that doesn't currently exist on the entry safer for pedestrians. It doesn't include a whole walking path and curb replacement for what exists all the way down Watkins from the pedestrian bridge, or basically from the channel to the entrance to the park. I mean, that is something that at some point needs to be looked at as a possible project, but that's not included in this project. I think because of the Stanford grant, and we have more money, it's quite likely that we include the exit. We'll just have to see what the ultimate costs are. We actually talked about it on a council meeting earlier today. And given that we got the grant, we're first gonna finalize the paperwork on the grant to sort of lock that down. And then we're gonna go back to the architects and have them update their plan for us to begin construction in the 21-22 fiscal year. So that the anticipation is that staff would move out of their temporary facilities in the fall of 21, and we would start this work. You know, we'd have to manage it around the rainy season, but we'd start the work so that it would be completed before the rental season starts in 2022. That's the concept.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Rick.
No problem.
So does anybody have anything that they filled out on their form that we want to talk about, or you want to bring to my attention?
Wait, so has this form previously been distributed, Sally?
Yes, it was sent out with the email. And if you haven't been able to walk the park on your own, then you can also do that after sometime in the next week or so, and you can email it to me and I can compile the list.
Okay.
So does everybody see it on the Zoom? I shared it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everybody should have received it by email. I know Bob emailed me today his form.
I did, yes.
Yeah, so it's just helpful for us because we like to have more eyes on the park once a year for the landscaping. So then I can compile a list and then have MC start completing it. While we were closed, they were not allowed to do any type of weeding. So now they have started doing weeding again and using the new product for spraying weeds, which they say that is actually working pretty good. And we do have 2 people in the park now. So that's good. We have 2 staff.
So Sally, this is Katie Klaus. I have a quick question. Would you rather that we fill out the form and submit it so that we can have a thoughtful discussion at the next meeting, or do you want us to raise things now?
If most people haven't had a chance, then we can just discuss it at the next meeting.
I think that's a really good suggestion.
Yeah.
My guess is that there's a lot of people that probably didn't really focus on the need to fill this out. And now they will be, and we should encourage people to fill it out and walk the park and talk about it at the next meeting. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, so
Sally, did you
Yeah.
send the email with the attachment? Who would it?
Helen sent the email and there was attachment on it, but what I can do is tonight, I can resend out this form, just so everybody has it. And then if you can send it back to me within a week or so, then I will compile the list for the next meeting.
I mean, if you,
Mayor DeGolia, we're not hearing you very
you
clear.
can hear. Sorry, I got to turn off my video because the internet cuts in and out. It's too difficult.
We're just waiting to see if Rick is connecting. We'll give Rick we'll give a little bit of time.
So while we're waiting,
Yeah.
I was going to ask this question. Is there a date for the resurfacing of courts 4 and 5?
No, there's not a date. Are they in really bad shape?
Well, yeah, 5 has a pretty big hole in it. We're trying to fill it in so you don't fall into it.
We were gonna have MC fill those in, but then the quarantine happened, so I will have them at least fill that in for now.
Okay.
We actually walked the courts with MC to tell them which ones to fill in.
Okay, great. There is money allocated though for those 2 courts, correct?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So, yes.
Okay.
So they will get done. So the agreement is that everybody can send me their form. I'll email it out tonight, and everybody can just send me their form, and I'll compile the list for the next meeting. And then at the next meeting, because we have Alicia and Catherine, they're new members, we can do introductions, and then we'll vote for the chair and vice chair at the next meeting. And I just wanted to let everybody know that this is tonight's Bob's last meeting.
Well, unless he could re-up if he wanted to, if nobody else does.
I thought we had applications to fill the.
We may. You may
Yeah,
be right.
I think there was one person that thought they were going to
Right. I think you're
apply. If
right.
that person applies, then that'll fill the
You're right.
the number of people. So I just quickly would say that I've really enjoyed my time on this committee. I worked with so many great people, all people who were very excited about making the improvements to the park. And Sally, you've been great as our interface and leader. And that's been just a real pleasure for me. And so it's been a really good time for me, and I will miss continuing to work with all of you to improve the park, but it certainly has been a really good run for me. So thank you.
Thank you. So there are no discussion items, and then Frank, do you have a report from the foundation? Has the foundation been meeting? Let's see if Frank is still on here. Or Mary Lou, do you have a foundation report?
Sally, this is Katie Klaus. I can fill in for Frank if
Okay.
he's not responding. We have not met over the last couple of months, but we have been trading emails on a couple of issues. And we are hoping to have a meeting soon, and we might do something virtually if we can't get something, if we don't want to wait until next month. But no, the answer is we have not met because of the shelter-in-place orders.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
So for the park goings on, I just wanted to highlight a few things and then give some updates. So tennis opened on 5/21 with certain rules. We still have not opened the bathrooms. Only the coaches are able to use the restrooms. I did have a meeting on Monday night about reopening. And it seems like the bathrooms or playgrounds won't be open maybe until August or September. And that's because the health director doesn't feel those things will most likely be updated in the order until August and September. And the reason why we're not opening up the bathrooms is because currently we would have to clean them after each use. And then in the next phase of reopening, we would have to clean them every 3 to 4 hours. So the town is not able to do that, even at the 3 to 4 hour range. So we have decided that we're going to keep the bathrooms closed. I understand that it's an issue. I've had a lot of issues with the restrooms being closed, but we're just not able to handle the frequency of cleaning. So the council approved the art room in the main house to have the ceilings fixed and the floors cleaned and waxed. And both of those things have been completed, and you'll see in the parks going on the before and after photo of the floors. And I think the floors look really good. So that has been done for the art room. And then really just the tennis reopening. We're getting some bees removed from the park. And then our 2 MCE employees have just started doing their regular duties of weeding, trash, just making sure things are closed daily. They have to keep fixing the closed areas. So are there any questions on the park goings on?
Can people book events for June now, or are we delayed till to be determined?
We're delayed to be determined. June will definitely, there'll be no gatherings in June. People have booked weddings in August, and we're not really sure if the order will allow 50 people or 25 people for gatherings. But once once we know the number for a social gathering, we will allow rentals at that number. If people are still willing to book at a lower number. And then we would require, if we still can't clean the bathrooms for the rental, then we'll require the vendor to clean them at the required amount of cleanings for the event. So probably it won't be till August that we will allow rentals, and it might not even be in August, but.
Right. Although the one addition is that for small gatherings, 10 people and less, like with the dog training, those are it looks like are going to be allowed, and authorizing them to begin after the next council meeting is on the agenda for the next council meeting.
Oh,
So
good.
there may be some small kind of activities, but definitely no wedding or large events.
That's good.
Okay.
And then you can see in the attached email that you received from Helen, the financials, which we haven't received any revenue for a while. Knox Play School got a waiver for the time they're closed, as well as Michael Jessup with Player Capital also got a waiver to not pay during the March 21st to when it just opened. So we haven't really received any revenue. And for the park calendar, there's really no events on there. There is one police department event, and then just the regular town meetings, but many of those are still virtual. So we just kind of wanted to meet today just because it's been a while and just to check in. So does anybody have any questions? Any questions about reopening or anything happening in the park?
I have a question. So
Okay.
what's the best way for us to prepare for next month besides doing our park walkthrough? I haven't been on this committee for a while, so I'm kind of out of the loop about what's going on and what we're working on?
Currently, there's not much happening. Next month, we will be doing the chair and vice chair and then approving the calendar for the fiscal year. And there might be something else on there, but I'm not sure yet. So a week before the meeting, you'll get an email from Helen. And then you can review all the documents that Helen sent by the next week, and then you'll be prepared for the meeting. But there are no really big projects coming up. The last thing that we discussed before the closure was park lighting, which Park and Rec made a decision on that. So that just has to go through finance to get started again once the shelter in place is lifted. So
Is that project at risk because of budgetary concerns from COVID, or is it still planned?
that project is funded.
Okay.
It should still go through. The holdup, I guess, is that we are trying to decide if we can just use our electrical contractor that we currently use in town, or if we have to go out to bid it.
Okay.
So yeah, so
Sally,
yeah.
you know if the master plan for the park was revised?
Oh, was it revised? Yes, it has been revised, and the revision is on the website.
Okay,
So it's been updated and revised, and you can find that on the website.
okay, thank you.
So it was taken out of the master plan, so that, yeah. So,
Okay,
okay, well, if there's no other questions, then, and since Frank is driving, I guess we'll end the meeting.
Oh, don't we need a motion?
Yeah, we need a motion.
I move-
Wait,
I move
before we end, I just want to thank Bob for his long service on this committee. And Bob, you know, there may be a point like occurred with Mary Lou where you could reapply, and you've been an incredibly valuable and helpful member on the committee. We are absolutely going to miss you.
Thank you very much.
Anybody there?
Yes, Frank, we can hear you.
Sounds like Frank's there.
Okay, I've been trying to get back, and I can hear everything, but I couldn't say anything. So good meeting, Bob. Thank you for all your help.
Welcome. I make a motion that we adjourn.
I second that.
There you go. Bob's last motion. Okay, everybody.
All right. Stay
Nice
safe.
seeing everyone. Nice
you
to
guys
see
next month.
everybody's happy faces. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Okay,
Bye-bye.
bye.
stay safe.